Hello, YouTube. You're tuned in to the Katie Talk 101 show. Thank you guys for tuning in and happy Saturday. Actually, this is the last Saturday of the year, so hey, let's make it go out with a bang. All right, so if you seen the title, you see I'm getting off into some things today. So I got a little bit of Facebook gossip going on, and most definitely I'm getting into some situations about RayJ, and plus Wendy Williams has been spotted out and about. So we're gonna get off into all that, but let me make sure my sound sounds all together. Okay, let's make sure the sound is sounding right. Hold on, let me see. Okay, everything's sounding good. It's sounding good. Okay, so when you guys come in, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button and all that good stuff. So we're gonna get off into Suki, Hana, and RayJ. So allegedly, Suki, Hana, and RayJ got a thing going on, and it was actually Miss Princess, his now wife, actually exposed this situation about Princess, about Suki and RayJ. She ended up exposing everything. So I ended up seeing this on a YouTube. She had a really good breakdown. So you guys make sure you go and check her out. I think it is messy mediocre. I'm gonna drop it in the comment section later. But yeah, let's get off into it. Suki, Hana, and RayJ allegedly having an affair.
Expose anything. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. So Princess posted on her Instagram story, and you guys know if you watch that Drewski video with RayJ, you know RayJ has his font big is HELL. So he says, I still got your pea juice on me. I kept it on, haven't took a shower yet. Suki allegedly says, do you think I was being too something? And then I guess RayJ sent this picture to Sukiana. And then Princess Love says, guys, I promise I don't care, but since we're posting screenshots. So I guess RayJ did post some screenshots of something that came from Princess's phone. So in the comment section, somebody said, or he was effing Suki, or is they together? And Princess Love responded, said both, that they were together and they were just effing around. She then says, I don't want Ray. He went through my phone and I was being petty, returning the favor. And then someone else said, Princess, don't nobody want RayJ but you. And Princess Love responded and said, not even me. Now, Sukiana did post and delete a video where RayJ accidentally, or should I say RayJ, pushed Princess in the pool or little pond, whatever you want to call it. We all remember that scene from Love and Hip Hop. And then that's when Princess Love decided to post a picture of Sukiana with a piece of poo in her.
Prior to Contrave, my eating habits
She had a piece of
were horrendous. It wasn't until I found a nurse practitioner
in her mouth. So there was a comment that Sukiana responded to, but now I can't find it. But anyway, somebody asked her what was on RayJ's shirt, and she responded and said that it was SHIT. So basically, Sukiana and RayJ have been exposed for messing around or being in a relationship or whatever they have going on. And it was Princess Love that posted it. Now, from my understanding, I could have sworn that they said that they were getting a divorce. They announced to the world that, hey, we're done. We're getting a divorce.
That's what I thought. I thought they was supposed to been have a divorce. But let's get off into what Prince is saying. She did a little video on Instagram, so let's see.
Let's see. Hold on. Block. I love blocking people. You know why? Because you just poof and you're gone. Disappear like a ghost. Goodbye. Go troll somebody else. Who else is in here?
Hey, shout out to Bougie Barbie in the building. I see you, girl. We celebrating the last Saturday of this year, girl.
I'm at my hotel. I want to go up the elevator, but I don't want the signal to fade. Wish I could play poker with you. Top my yeah. Do you play? No, I don't play craps tables. I actually don't like gambling. I don't. I like to.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard Barbie, but girl, you know RayJ and Suki supposed to be having an affair, and Princess, she the one who put it out there. But when it comes to Princess, she has got humiliated by him time after time, and she keep going back. So yeah, in this show, we're gonna get off into women who love to be hurt. So we're gonna be talking about all that with the girls today.
I like to play things where like I kind of in control. Your homegirl from sixth grade, huh? Hold on, let me go to your page. Homegirl from sixth grade. Let me see. Hey, I'm on live. Hey, Ross. Hey, Dean. Huh? It did. It was cute, right? Yeah. Okay. Am I single? Not really. I'm not really single, guys.
Girl, if with a husband like yours, you really are single. And you know what? That was the perfect place to stop it. These people are wild and they stay doing silly stuff. Yes. And you know what? For somebody in the comment section asked was she single and she like not really. So technically she still is married. But when you have a husband that move in the way that Ray J move, and the husband that have you out here every time you turn your head, your husband got you looking crazy. You really are single in a sense. That's just my opinion though. Let's see what she's talking about.
I don't think I've ever been single. Hi, Janelle. Hi, Janelle. Rich, get your old white ass out of here. You are too old to be in here, Rich. Hey, everybody! Everybody, follow El Guapo. Hold on, I'm gonna pin him in here. I'm gonna pin Rich. Rich.
Okay, so as we know, Princess is always going to be Princess. And Princess, no matter how Ray J embarrassed her, she's always going to take him back. I mean, you went through his phone, and another girl talked about her juice is on your man face, and he talking about he hadn't washed his face yet. Like, girl, I don't know. But you know what? Sometimes it seems like some women actually love the hurt that comes from men. It seems like they love it. They can't get enough of it. No matter what a lot of these men do, a lot of these women not going anywhere. And I have a whole lot of slides here to prove that. So I'm going to get off into some things here. So I was kind of browsing on Instagram and I ran across a whole lot of interesting things on Instagram. And then we're going to get off into this one here. Okay, so you guys know what they say. Hell has no fury like a woman scorned. So, speaking of hell, this girl right here, she brought the hell to her man for finding out that he cheated. So let's get off into this. This is crazy. So I guess she ended up finding out that he cheated and she wanted to take some revenge on her man, her man, her man. And see, it's always the women out here that's hollering, my man, my man, my man is going through all this with their man, they man.
I can't stand this bitch. And, look what she did to my car. Look what this bitch did to my car. I can't stand this hoe. I can't stand this bitch. Look what she did to my car, man. Look what this bitch did to my car. I can't stand this bitch. And, look what she did to my car. Look what this bitch did to my car. I can't stand this hoe.
Man, I mean, she just set that man car ablaze. And you know why she did it? Because she couldn't get him to act right. She couldn't get him to do what she wanted him to do. So she seized his prized possession and she set it ablaze. But that's what happens when you sit around here messing with people's feelings. Everybody not just gonna walk away. You can't mess with everybody's feelings like that. And that man right there was hurt to the core. Like on Love and Hip Hop when Mimi said to Stevie J, "You hurt me to the core." Like she hurt him to the core when she did that to his car. That car was his prized possession. That car was his prized possession, like for real. That really hurt him. And I gotta oh yeah, and this is the video where actually Wendy Williams was spotted out here recently, and it looked like they pulled up somewhere and something didn't go her way. But let's take a listen to what Wendy got going on out here. And she got a little hub around too. Here we go.
They want to work for me, that's what they're doing. They're making money for me, get the car.
Apparently, they wanted her to be in her wheelchair when she was leaving the restaurant, and she wanted to walk because she felt like she was capable of walking. So Kevin, her son, actually picked the wheelchair up and walked it outside of the restaurant, and Wendy walked. And as you can see, when I asked her, I'm like, Wendy, what's wrong? And she was like, yo, they left my wheelchair. And then she went into how, like, they're getting paid. They should be taking care of her. So I think, according to Wendy's family, she was really upset about the disorganization and the lack of care. She indicated the car was not close to assure she was like even getting in the right car. It was really messy. So she was really upset, and her family was really upset too.
Okay, so that's weird. Okay, let's see.
So while I was with Wendy Williams, there was a confrontation between her and her caretakers that traveled from New York to Miami for her son's graduation.
The guy who was in the Uber, he was like,
And then both of you walked away, leaving my in the middle of the street like this. Just get the car, please. Make sure it's the right car.
look, Wendy, what happened? What they do?
They got the wrong car. So I knocked on the door, and it was totally wrong car. They left my scooter as they walked over there, leaving my most precious, this cost a million.
Wow.
They just left my out there. Get the car open.
Why she have to spin the block a little bit? That's Wendy. Man, y'all better get Wendy together out there. Don't y'all have her out there uncomfortable. So yeah, they're gonna have to get that together. They're gonna have to get that together. Okay, I had some other stuff to show you too. So shout out to Wendy Williams, the queen of this whole gossip stuff. And I'm gonna show you this here. Because when I was saying some women seem like they love hurt, this video I think is a very perfect example. So this is basically like a TikTok video that a girl did when she was showing just different women, celebrities that went through, cheating husbands and cheating spouses, cheating mates. So we're going to listen to what she's talking about. And I'm just giving my commentary at the end. So let's see what she's talking about here.
His nurse, Stephen Hawking. A lot of times people say in my videos, you're so jaded. It's not our fault that you chose bad men. No, boo. I just have eyeballs. I just am looking at the world around me and putting together what I'm seeing, separating my brain from the Hallmark movie propaganda that has been shoved into it, and actually looking at the world. Okay? How much longer are we going to continue to fit this round peg into this square hole? It's not going to work. We need to re-strategize. Cheated on. Had this man's children, publicly humiliated by him, beautiful, successful, held him down, cheated on. Cheated on. Had this man's children, publicly humiliated by him. We all got a dope album out of it. Cheated on. Cheated on. Publicly humiliated. Cheated on. Cheated on. Cheated on. This gorgeous woman was cheated on with an SW. With the nanny. Princess Di. Ooh. Halle Berry, Jennifer Lopez with a hairstylist, Gabrielle Union. Remember when Arnold Schwarzenegger knocked up his housekeeper while he was married? Stephen Hawking cheated on his wife with his nurse. Stephen Hawking. A lot of times people say in my videos, you're so jaded. It's not our fault that you chose bad men. No, boo. I just have eyeballs. I just am looking at the world around.
And I mean, that man, chick, what's up? Man, got nothing. That man said up here, he's special needs and stuff. Shout out to all the special needs people, though. But just imagine you got cheated on by your special needs partner. Like, that'll really take a woman's self-esteem away. So you part caregiver, you basically a part caregiver, and you got cheated on. Like, man, that's crazy work right there. That's crazy work. And then this is what I wanted to say. Like, most of all the people, I mean, besides I think Halle Berry and probably one other woman on there, all those women are still with their men. Beyonce still with Jay-Z. Gabrielle Union, she's still with her man. And a couple of the women that she named, Cardi B, her and Offset are not officially divorced, so I feel like they're still together. So she naming all these women. Oh, she got cheated on. Oh, she was a good woman. She got cheated on. Oh, he cheated on her with the S worker. One guy cheated on his wife with the housekeeper. I mean, and all these women are still with their men. So it don't look like they got a problem with the cheating. It look like sometimes when I see these situations where the women constantly get cheated on and they stay, it just look like they have some kind of arrangement. It look like they got some kind of arrangement worked out. And whatever arrangement they got worked out, it look like it's working for them. So that's what it's looking like. That's what it's looking like. And another thing about Cardi B, Cardi B, she cheated back. And allegedly, I gotta say that, allegedly, when Cardi B cheated back, she was allegedly preggo. That's just allegedly. But yeah, so, these women out here, they getting cheated on and they cheating back and they fully aware that they dealing with community ping. So it don't look like they got a problem with it. And it looked like they probably don't care too much about their pH balance either. But that's a whole nother story, honey. But I'm going to get off into the next clip here. Okay, so you have a lot of people who feel like marriage is the main standard. Marriage is the goal for a lot of people. Shout out to Lionel. Shout out to my favorite moderator, Bougie Barbie. Good evening. Thank you for hitting that like button too, Lionel. I appreciate that. And I'm not going to do like a full live New Year's Eve, but most definitely I'm going to be popping up and speaking to y'all and everything. I'll probably go and watch the fireworks and stuff. I'm supposed to go watch the fireworks with my friend on the strip, so I'm probably do a little peekaboo, the little fireworks and stuff like that. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for that. So I'm gonna get off into this one. So marriage is just not quite the standard for everyone, and I understand that. Marriage is just not as important to some people as it is to other people. So here we have a couple that's a perfect example of that too. So listen to what this couple say. They have what you call a very unique arrangement. So let's do it.
Time. I still love him with everything in me. And when he ready to come home, he come home. He just choose to just do what he do. I don't believe in marriage no more. Okay. It ain't what it used to be. Okay. So my thing is being together is everything. You make it work still.
When it comes to her and them 5 kids, for 18 years, I'm going to make sure they good. My daddy wasn't there. I'm going to make sure I'm there. I've been there 18 years. My daddy wasn't there. So, think about it. I watch everything and I always said I'm going to be the opposite.
Is it a decision to not get married or to just not end up that way?
I don't know. I just feel like why get married when you could just still be together? And 10 years, common law, you're married. So why go through paperwork? And if anything happened, you got to go fight and do this? No.
A lot of people marry and they can't go through thick and thin for better or worse or all that. I done did all that. We ain't walked down no aisle and that's why we still here with a smile.
We're together, but we're not together.
Okay. Open.
We do things with each other all the time. I still love him with everything in me. And When he ready to come home, he come home. He just choose to just do what he do. I don't believe in marriage no more. It ain't what it used to be.
Okay.
So my thing is being together is everything. You make it work still.
When it comes to her and them 5 kids for 18 years,
I don't know. 18 years is just a really long time. 18 years is a long time to be together and just not say, hey, let's do this legally. But I don't know. I just feel like if it's working out for them, then cool. A lot of people that was in the comment section, they was thinking, well, hey, what if something happens to him? And what are you gonna do when it comes to life insurance, the life insurance policies, this and that? I don't know if a lot of people know, but you don't have to be married in order to put a person on life insurance policies and stuff like that. You're going to go through the same paperwork anyway. That is the point. Common law marriage. Oh, so I think when it comes to common law marriage, I think you can kind of just probably, what do they do? Do they go down to the courthouse and be like, hey, we've been together for 10 years. We want to put something in writing just in case something happened to them. They could, drop unalive at any time. And do you have everything set up in a proper way where it won't be any issue after that person passed? That's the only thing I'm thinking of. But if they little situation should work out for them, then hey. But I'm gonna be honest. What I think a lot of people viewing it from is that it sounds like that woman really hasn't set any standards at all. You've been with a man for 18 years. You haven't even made any kind of gestures about you wanting a ring and a real commitment. I don't know. And let's see. But they common law marriage, it is only active unless it's only active in 6 states. Oh, so common law marriage is not for every state. I didn't even know that. So people just walk around and just say anything. Some people just be like, I'm common law married. Like, no, I don't think you're married. I think some of them are just with people for so long and they know, hey, they not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. we together and we don't need any paperwork. So, I just think whatever works for some people, it works for some people. Marriage is just not the bar for everybody. Even though that's what sounds right, that's what everyone, a big amount of people believe in. Marriage is the end all be all to a lot of people, but everybody don't think the same. So yeah, that's what I think about that. Or 7 states. Oh, I'm gonna look up that too, the common law states. I'm saying some states recognize you as married after certain conditions. You still have to get an actual divorce. Oh wow, I think some. Let's see what else going on out here. So yeah, we got that situation. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing that. So yeah, it's looking like their little situationship is working out. But it's crazy how I can actually see a lot of situationships. You see a lot of side guys and side chicks. Those relationships be lasting longer than some of these regular relationships. A side chick relationship be lasting longer sometime than a marriage. I mean, it just show you the mind frame of some people. Some people, they easily float along when they have like no pressure. And that's how it is when it comes to a lot of people. Some people just operate better under no pressure. I really do think that's what it is. A lot of people just operate better when they don't have the pressure on them. You'll see some couples that have been together for, like I said, 18 years. And just think if they just up one day and be like, baby, we finna go get married. Let's go on and do this. Like, we get married for real. That marriage probably won't last no more than 4 months. He gonna be like, oh man, soon as I done tied the knot with her, she thought she owned me. She didn't want me going out with my homeboys no more. She trying to kick me in the house. Man, Man, I'm done. After 3 or 4 months. When y'all should have just stayed over there and went on and just kept it how it was, and continue to do what's comfortable for you. That's what I always say. And another thing too, don't let another person's thoughts and beliefs, fall on you. You do what makes you happy. Just do what makes you happy, because everything is not for everybody. Everything ain't for everybody. And everything that you have going on in your life is not for everybody to understand either. So yeah, I just think that, everybody is different at the end of the day. Everybody different. So speaking of different, speaking of different or whatever, there's a story about this young lady that I ended up running across this on Instagram. So this young lady was she stayed in some apartments. And let's see, last 2024, 45% of marriages end in divorce. Ooh, 45%, that's a lot. But it says most men, and I say most, aren't actually happy in that situation. Oh yeah, I heard a lot of men not happy. But Lionel, they actually say, statistics say the happiest people out here are single women and married men. That's what the statistics say. I don't know. But yeah, they say actually married women and single men are the most saddest. They say single men are the most saddest because they don't have like a woman motivating them, pushing them, taking care of them, and stuff like that. And then when it comes to a married woman, they say a lot of the stress from the marriage does usually age women. They say women who have been married for a long time, they suffer more from chronic diseases and stuff like that too. So I don't know. Sometimes I just think it depends on your situation. I always say it depends on your situation, even when it comes to that old, worn out, tired conversation, the 50-50 thing. Everybody, every man out here can't afford to pay all the bills. I mean, it's just reality. Every man don't make the income, especially in this crazy, shaky economy that we got. A lot of men can't afford to just pay all the bills. Let's just keep it a buck. I mean, a lot of people out here, they get in relationships so they can be more stable financially. A lot of people are just not out here together because they just love each other so much. And the stats on men don't reflect on what they say. I saw that too with most married men are telling younger men not to get married. Yes, I have seen it. I've heard a lot of men are telling young men not to get married. And then another thing that I see is that looking at the fact that they say a lot of married women, a big percentage of them, don't live as long as their men these days. A lot of men are outliving their wives. So therefore, they're saying that a lot of married women are behind closed doors, are miserable. But you can go to any local job anywhere and you can see married women talking to single women saying, hey, y'all need to get married. When you get married, when you get married. So that make me think, not all, but are some of those married women who are not in so good marriages, are they just looking at it like, let me tell these other women they need to get married so they can be miserable like me? So I don't know if they're like on that, hey, misery love company type of thing, but I have worked with married women. They be like, girl, when you get married, when you go get married. And then when you look off into what they got going on, a lot of those married women are just out here miserable. What do you say? Misery love company. Yeah. So I think, and then it's another thing too, and I always hear another YouTuber talking about this. It's Queen Maker. How she say a lot of women like to stand up on other women. So I think that title marriage, some women do weaponize that against single women too. So that's going on a lot. It's like you're not the chosen woman because a man haven't married you. You haven't been chosen by a man. Or hey, how do you know that maybe that woman have had a couple of proposals or some possibilities of marriage, but they chose not to. because that's probably not the life that they wanted to live. But I think when women let people pressure them, that's when women kind of push getting married, or a lot of women to just settle just to say they married. But settling not gonna get you nothing in life. Like settling, just do, like I always say, just do what makes you happy. I'm so glad that I don't live my life to satisfy other people. I don't live my life to try to satisfy other people's standards. I just live my life to be happy and to, do what makes me happy. That's my goal in life, to do what makes me happy and constantly seeking improvements of what I can do and how I can improve myself, because I honestly feel like once I get to that person physically, mentally, emotionally, everything, once I get to that person that I want to be, therefore I will attract the man in my life that I actually want, not just the man that I'm settling for. Because I feel like when a person is lazy, when you're lacking on yourself, when you haven't pushed yourself to be the better person that you need to be, and you just jump out here and just grab a man just to have a male with a pair of pants on, that's exactly what a lot of women end up with. So they end up with anything because they haven't worked on themselves and they haven't became that person that they need to be in order to get the right person in their life. Because in order to get that right person in your life, you're going to have to put in a lot of work on yourself. If you just sit back and you haven't tried, you haven't did anything to improve yourself, you're just going to end up with anything. You just you're just gonna end up taking what you can get. And Barbie said, I don't think it's misery love company situations. I think it's encouraging a strange foolishness. People don't even know why they are getting married. It is just a thing to do, like milestone. They hit. Yep, it's just a thing to do. You sure right. Getting married is just a thing to do. It don't even mean nothing to a lot of people. You are so right about that too. So yeah, sometimes it's really not misery love company. I think it's just some people just be married just to be married. But shoot, you gotta find a good candidate. That's what I think. Okay, so I'm gonna get off into this. So this situation, this girl was living in an apartment. Well, I'm gonna let her tell you. Let me go and get off into that. You guys watch this. And this is a little long, little stretched out little thing. So y'all be patient. And I'm gonna be strolling to the different clips so y'all can hear what's going on. You guys make sure you hit that like. And yeah, let's take a listen.
I always do that, and they always quiet down. They be like, "Okay, cool, we got you." On the ceiling 3 times. It was just like, like, hey, down here working. My son sleep. Do y'all mind? Little did I know, she was not my neighbor no more. So the neighbor that I was doing a courtesy tap for was actually not my neighbor. I just found out yesterday because of this incident. I'm in the back and I hear a bang, like a police knock. So I see it on the ring camera just waiting on me. So I'm like, who the fuck is this? Let it go. No, bitch. Oh, you got the right. Man. She was like, okay, you don't have to tap on the ceiling. I'm like, okay, I was just letting you know y'all was loud. She said, okay, and we got a fucking dog. I mean, popping it. Bitch was popping it. Ma'am, leave from in front of my door, please. She was like, I'll fucking leave when I want to. When I'm good and goddamn ready, bitch. Move me. Y'all popping it. I asked her about 15 times. I just listened to the video. I counted. I said, please leave from in front of my door. I'm gonna ask you one more time. Please get away from my door. She was like, bitch, and what? Move me. She said, yeah, you're gonna have to move me something. Have to do what? Pop that bitch. Beat her motherfucking ass. All through the hallway. And so she started screaming like, Jay, come get me. Da, da. So I didn't know who she with. I don't know if she called another female. I don't know if she calling a dude. I don't know. So it seems like she was trying to drag me out of my house when she hit me and took my wig off. So she trying to drag me out. I'm barefooted. She has on shoes. So I'm getting like, she's kind of dragging me, but I'm still hitting her. Oh, I said, oh no, but you want to play. So I drug her in the house. She was like, okay, you don't have to tap on the ceiling. I'm like, okay, I was just letting you know y'all was.
Okay, I'm gonna get back into it, but I'm like, this girl, she actually tells a real good story. This is actually an 11-part story. We are on part 2. So strap on your seatbelts, y'all. This get a little wild and a little bumpy, okay? Hit that like button. Thank you.
Locked my motherfucking door because I didn't know who was coming behind her. I don't know who that is. Locked my door and I tore that bitch to the floor. Do you hear me? Tore her motherfucking ass to the floor. I got the, mind you, my phone is still recording. Remember, because y'all, I set it on the counter for it to record. I stopped the recording, called my mama while I still got her in my hand. I'm kicking the bitch, hitting her. I'm like, Mom, pull up. This bitch, my son right here. That's why I'm tripping, because my son is in the living room. He was asleep. How do you come to somebody's house popping in, bitch? You get your ass beat. Okay, so start back recording. I'm on her ass. So I'm registered. Feel what I'm saying? Like, I have a firearm in my house, which is what I told the police. But I'm like, you can't come to nobody's house. Like, what? Bitch, I asked you to leave. I don't know how many times. They beating her ass. You could hear her screaming, please, ma'am, let me go, please. Nah, bitch, you want us to come in here so bad. So yeah, you want us to be so motherfucking tough. So bitch, I'm gonna put you in a motherfucking field, bitch. Get in the paint. Like, I made the bitch lock my motherfucking door because I didn't know who was coming behind her. I don't know who that is. Locked my door and I tore that bitch to the floor. Do you hear me? Tore her motherfucking ass to the floor. I got the, mind you, my phone is still recording. Remember, because y'all, I set it on the counter for it to record. I stopped the recording, called my mama while I still got her in my hand. I'm kicking the bitch, hitting her. I'm like, Mom, pull up. This bitch, my son right here. That's why I'm tripping, because she walk out the back. Because at this point, remember, she's still screaming for somebody. So whoever it is, nigga banging on the door like, what's going on? I said, get the fuck from my door. She like, no, Jado, she gotta go. She beat me up. But I'm gonna show you why you don't go to nobody's motherfucking house. And I'm sure it's gonna cross her TL.
Oh, I'm gonna let it play. But one thing you don't do is ever go to anybody's house, because you giving that person a heads up over you when you go to their house.
Yeah, bitch, yes, I'm the one. The back door, because you're not walking out the front. Because I don't know who that nigga is at the front. Y'all might try to barge in my son right here. So I made that bitch walk out the back and jump over the rail, the balcony type shit. I gave her the business. Police come, everything. I told them. I said I have a. I have my weapon here. It's registered to my name. You can run it. They didn't do none of that. They saw the ring camera. It was like, wow. Do you want to press charges? They like, because we finna charge her with breaking and entering and assault. She tells the police, I dragged her in and I beat her up and I tried to, you know what I'm saying? They like, ma'am, it doesn't matter what she did to you once she got you in the house. If she dragged you in the night, you was at her home and she asked you to leave. Why the fuck? Come walk out the back, because at this point, remember, she's still screaming for somebody. So whoever it is, nigga banging on the door like, what's going on? I said, get the fuck from my door. She like, no, Jado, she gotta go. She beat me up. But I'm gonna show you why you don't go to nobody's motherfucking house, and I'm sure it's gonna cross her TL to find out this bitch did not live there. She was with the nigga that just moved in a couple days ago. That's how. And he was like, okay, so that's why you thought it was your old neighbor. He just moved in, and I didn't know that. But you don't even live here. You're not even his bitch. You just some bitch that's just coming down here trying to be cute in front of this nigga, and you got your ass beat. And it's all on camera. She went from, yeah, bitch, what's up? I'm at your house. What you gonna do? So, ma'am, please, it's Christmas Eve. Don't do me like this. Bitch, it was Christmas Eve when you came to my door. Like, what are we talking about here? So, police came back. They like, she trying to press charges, but we denied because she came to your house and I gave him the ring camera footage. I'm like, sir, you see me ask her how many times. I got the footage. I got the recording. I said, y'all can check the 911 call. I told them, I have a weapon in here. My son is in here and I will use this bitch if I need to. Come get this bitch. Am I going to jail? He was like, no. You know what I'm saying? She came into your house and, it's shown on that ring camera. This is why I'm so adamant about my ring camera, because my fiance be like, to find out this bitch did not live there.
It's good to have a ring camera for sure, because anything that go down, it's good to have proof. It's good to have proof. I'm gonna let her finish cooking. I think this is probably like part 4 of part 11. All right, let's get into it.
Like, hey, I'm done. I just got done charging it. I'll put it back up tonight. I'm like, no, put it back up right now. We need that. Like, this is my first time ever having to really use that footage. But my neighbor across the door, we was rumbling out that bitch. My neighbor across the hall, I knocked on her door to get the footage, but she wasn't there. But I'm gonna post that too. Like, hey, I'm done. I just got done charging it. I'll put it back up tonight. I'm like, no, put it back up right now. We need that. Like, this is my first time ever having to really use that footage. But my neighbor across the door, we was rumbling out that bitch. My neighbor across the hall, I knocked on her door to get the footage, but she wasn't there. But I'm gonna post that too. Like, hey,
Okay, here go a part of how the altercation started here. Okay.
No, you don't gotta do that though. I'm not here to argue with you. Okay, don't come to my door. But you're hitting on people because y'all are loud. It's a dog up there. That's not my problem. Okay, well then do the right thing. Don't hit on the ceiling. Don't hit on the ceiling. Get away from Don't hit on the ceiling. So what you gonna do? Don't hit on the ceiling. I'm asking you to wait. You don't have to hit on the ceiling. I'll fucking move. But I'm asking you to not hit on the ceiling. So what? Because you come down to my house. I don't give a fuck. So what you want? I don't give not a fuck. So what you not want to fuck? All I did was come down here. What do you want to ask you not to hit on the ceiling? I'm asking there. You did not have to ask me. You're mad. You're mad. Don't hit on the ceiling. Get the fuck away from my door. Bitch, move. Bye. Bye. You can go your home. Ain't nobody doing nothing to you. I'm gonna ask you to get away from my door. So what are you gonna do? Ma'am, get away from my door. Not because you will get public property. Okay. What? I'm gonna do what? Yeah, you hitting on the ceiling? Yeah, okay, no, you don't gotta do that though. I'm not here to argue with you. Okay, don't come to my door. But you're hitting on people because y'all are loud. It's a dog up there. That's not my problem. Okay, well then do the right thing. Don't hit on the ceiling. Don't hit on the ceiling. Get away from Don't hit on the ceiling. So what you gonna do? Don't hit on the ceiling. I'm asking you to wait. You don't have to hit on the ceiling. I'll fucking move. But I'm asking you to not hit on the ceiling. So what? Because you come down to my house. I don't give a fuck. So what you want? I don't give a
So you see, she went down there talking about she don't give a F and all this. Let's get off into the next one.
What? Please do. What? Please do. No, you. I'm asking what? You said what? You said what? Get away from my door. I'll do it when I'm ready. I'm good and ready to do it. When I'm good and ready to do it. What? Jay, get the fuck away from my door. You let me go. Bitch. Let me go. Let me go. No, bitch, you got the right. Let me go. What, bitch? You got the right. Ma'am. What, bitch? Now what? Bitch, all right, mother.
I'm so glad it's not showing the footage because, you know, YouTube don't like altercations, but you guys can hear it got rough. Let's listen to the next one.
Oh my God! God! I didn't do nothing to you! My motherfucking son! Oh my God!
Look, she was just sounding all slick and now she calling her ma'am and everything. I didn't do nothing to you. She asked you to get off her porch. She asked you to get from her front door. And you up there with some guy trying to act like you hard. And girl, you got your butt handed to you.
Bitch, don't you ask! Don't you ever come on, motherfucker! Ma'am, I'm trying to.
Look at her talking about, ma'am.
No, I'm trying to go.
Me now.
Do you hear me? Do you hear me? I hear you. Do you hear me? Yes, ma'am. Bitch, you don't ever come to my motherfucker. All right, please just let me go. No, I'm about to kick that. I'm about to. Please, I'm not leaving. I'm leaving. I'm not doing nothing. Fuck up my house. Okay. I didn't come here. Jay! Go out the back way. There's not no back door over here, ma'am! Go.
Look, but she was just bad, though. She was just big and bad. Shout out to Deborah. So she's screaming and hollering for her life. And that's what happens. It's usually always the people who talk the loudest. Hold on, let me stop this for a second. And I'm going to tell you this. It's usually always the people who talk the loudest that get beat down first. They get beat down the quickest. The people with the rah, loudest mouth. Girl, you done wear out all your energy. That's why they get beat up, because they done wore out all their energy from all that hooping and hollering. You done tired yourself out from all that? Move me. What? You done tired yourself out with all that hooping and hollering. I'm gonna let it finish playing. Hold on. That's what I said. That's what she get. I promise. And she's sitting up while she getting her butt handed to her. Ma'am, don't ma'am me now. You was just cock locked and ready to rock just a second ago. But you, ma'am, no, I'm sorry. No, don't be sorry now. Don't be sorry now. Take this A whooping.
Go. Just go. I don't want to stop. I don't want to. Hey.
No, wait, she got a gun.
Oh my God. So if you heard it sound like she had a pow pow. Now let's get off into this next clip.
Let's go.
No, bitch, you got the right.
Ma'am.
What, bitch? Yeah, what? Bitch, what? Run like a fucking door, bitch.
Yesterday was Christmas Eve, y'all. Today, as I can see, my nails and stuff still bloody. I tried to wipe. It's still bleeding. My hand is bruised so bad. And my wig is snatched.
That's one thing about it when you see somebody that got off into a fight and their hands is swole and their knuckles looking, the nails broke, honey, they've been using them hands. Now if you see her, she got scratches all up in here, a little bruised eye. You see she almost like she yellow bone, she real light. So if that girl got her in any kind of way, you will be able to see her. That's one thing about being lighter complected. If you get beat up, a person can look at you and tell you got beat up if you light skinned. Period. Ain't nothing messed up but her hands. So that means she put them hands in that girl's life.
Yeah, my neighbor always told me, she said, if we ever get too loud, just give us a little courtesy tap and then that'll let us know we're too loud. We'll try to quiet down. I always do that and they always quiet down. They be like, okay, cool, we got you. On the ceiling 3 times. It was just like, like, hey, down here working, my son sleep, do y'all mind, Little did I know she was not my neighbor no more. So the neighbor that I was doing a courtesy tap for was actually not my neighbor. I just found out yesterday because of this incident. I'm in the back and I hear a bang, like a police knock. So I see it on the ring camera just waiting on me. So I'm like, who the fuck is this?
Let's go.
No, bitch, you got the
So yeah, that's how it all got started. She was thinking that her old neighbors still lived downstairs. So they had an agreement, if she gets too loud, she probably get the little broom handle, tap on the ceiling or whatever. But it looks like the old neighbor moved out. And the girl who came downstairs wasn't even a resident in the apartment. She was just over there visiting the guy who stayed there in the apartment. So I don't know if he was like, who is sitting down and knocking on the door? She was like, I'll go see who it is. I'll be right back. Let me go check this B right quick. Let me go put her in her place. Girl, and you done went down there and got your butt handed to you. And that's what you get. You up here trying to show out in front of these guys, honey. It seems like the guys out here, the men out here just don't really even have to do nothing. Deborah said that guy set her up. Girl, when I say he set her up for the beat down, she was like, she got a pistol. Help me. Lana said, is this in the hood? Because I've had situations like this in the hood. Yeah, this sound real hood. But you know what? I remember I stayed in some rather decent apartments. This was back when I lived in Little Rock. And I stayed in some rather decent apartments. It was like off of like, if anybody know Little Rock, Arkansas, it was off of Cantrell. So I was living off of Cantrell. Very decent, nice area. And it was a situation where like, whenever my neighbors downstairs, we didn't have no communication or nothing like that. Like, hey, if you get too loud, this and that. But anytime they used to get loud, I used to tap because I lived upstairs and they lived downstairs, but they used to play their music so loud. And it used to be like at crazy hours, like at 9 and 10 o'clock. And I mean, it's like they had like those big, y'all know those 12 speakers they stand up off the ground. I think they had one of those 12s or something like that. But I gently just tapped on the floor, and she come upstairs stomping, and I'm like, yeah. And she was like, I heard you bamming on my ceiling. I was like, yeah, you got your music up way too loud. Oh, okay. And she just turned around and stuck back downstairs. But I mean, she didn't want no problems. She didn't want no problems. But I'm not like the violent type that's gonna I'm not gonna sit and argue. I don't argue. If you want to act a fool, I'll just sit there and watch you act a fool. And some people don't like, I guess sometimes how laid back I am. But I'm not the type, I don't hoop and holler, I don't jump up and down and scream and cuss people. That's not me, and that'll never be me. I'm the type I can sit there and watch you throw a whole tantrum and be like, okay. I mean, but if you want to fight, we can fight. But I'm not going to scream and holler and try to intimidate you before it happens. I'm not going to do none of that, because that's the thing. When you see people that jump up and down and hoop and holler and all they trying to do is intimidate you. And 9 times out of 10, most of the people that do the loudest screaming, they not even fighters. A lot of people out here that talk the loudest, bark the loudest, they are not fighters. They not fighters at all. They the quickest ones. They the quickest ones that'll run. If they out with their homies or something, that one person in that group that talk the loudest, that rah, 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 they the ones that will take off running, and they will leave their homies and everything. Those usually be the scary ones. The ones that talk the most. Especially people who do it on the internet. People that talk a lot of crap on the internet, they are not fighters. They are not fighters at all. I mean, it's just crazy. It's crazy how people be out here like that. It's insane. And I'm like, damn, if you're not a fighter, I feel like this. If you're not a fighter and you know you're not a fighter, just sit back and be a chill type of person. Like, you don't have to be just up, trying to have something to prove. Just right, and nobody gonna whoop me. And that's the first thing they say right before they get whooped. Ain't nobody gonna whoop me. Lord knows. Deborah said, Lord knows I can't fight. Girl, you is silly. Ooh, I didn't snort. Deborah, you is silly. Deborah said, Lord knows I can't fight. Yeah, I'm not doing all that. You might end up like that woman screaming, ma'am. Barbie, you are silly, girl. Ma'am, please. Ma'am, I didn't try to do. I'm sorry. I bet you she was in there doing an ugly cry too. Ooh, but speaking of crying, hold up. But speaking of crying, I gotta show y'all this. And I hope you two don't take my little commercial from this video for playing this. But this is Charleston White, and you know how I've actually heard Charleston White say, I never said all my life I had to fight, girl. When I say all my life I had to fight. And growing up, I did have to fight a lot because I was the quiet one. I was, the laid back quiet one. Kind of timid a little bit, but I learned how to fight at an early age. I grew up in the country. So in the country, honey, you get beat up. It was like, I grew up in the 80s. Honey, we will have a whole training fest teaching you how to fight if you get your butt whooped. So I learned how to fight at an early age. But I was still laid back, quiet, kind of timid or whatever. So some people felt like they could. It's the color purple line, but I feel you. Yes, girl. But some people feel like they could try to bully me, push me over, whatever, because I was quiet, laid back. But I remember it was this one girl down in the country. She used to always pick on me, always pick on me. And it was this one time when like everybody was gone. I don't know if it was some kind of baseball game going on the other side of the little town or whatever, but everybody was like gone. And that girl was like, come on, let's fight. Man, when I say I wore that girl out, when nobody around to break us up, I beat that girl up. And she was like, I know at the time I was like 6, the girl was like 10. And she was taller than me. You know, I always been tall for my age, but she was taller than me. But I was like 6, she was 10. But man, when I say I beat that girl up so bad, I was just tired of that girl picking on me. Man, I wore that girl out. I wore that girl out. But man, I promise, sometimes it takes for you to do that before people actually respect you. You either gotta A, cuss them out, or B, beat them up, and then they like respect you. It's almost like, it's really sad to say, but it's almost like some prison code type of stuff. It's like in a lot of places you go, whether it's a job or you're in charge or anywhere, it's like a lot of instances you got to do stuff to earn your respect or something. I don't know. I just thought that was always a penitentiary thing. I never been in a pen, but I know people who have, and they say your respect is everything in the pen. So it's like, it is sad to say, very sad to say, but in the real world, a lot of people still have a prison mentality. It's some people that ain't never even been locked up, and they still like have like a prison mentality where they feel like, oh, they coming through a room if they feeling like, oh, this person look like they all this and that. Oh, she trying to be quiet, or oh, she thinks she classy or something, or they just looking at you feeling some type of any type of way. They be like, oh, let me do this. Let me see what they get to pick and poke and trying to see what they can do. Y'all better stop that. Because you're gonna run up on that wrong somebody. That one that you sitting back thinking quiet and timid and ain't gonna do nothing. That could be the person to take you off earth. So y'all better stop playing with these quiet folks. Stop playing with these laid back people. Because just like how they laid back, we can sit up real quick too. Just like how I'm laid back, quiet, chill, I can sit up real quick. And when I sit up, you don't want to see it because I'm not going to be sitting around doing all that talking and yelling. Like, I'm going to show action. Let these hands talk. Like, let me stop. We do not condone violence here at the Katie Talk 101 shop. But yeah, this is something funny that I ended up seeing. It was Charleston White. So you know how Charleston White be talking about, you know, he cheats on his wife. He tell you he cheated on his wife and stuff like that. But he said he ended up going through his wife's phone, honey. Let me show you what Charleston White said. This right here, me dying laughing. Hold on.
Your flip phone?
It was about that time, yeah, flip phone.
Hold on. Let me make sure I'm sharing this with y'all. Right. They be too bothered by quiet people and pretending to respect loud, annoying ones. Yes, that's what it is. People get real, and that's what I think it is too. Barbie, I really do think a lot of people get super nervous around quiet people. But if anything, I'm quiet. If I'm real quiet, I'm kind of sort of talkative at times if I'm comfortable with you or if you have a decent conversation. A lot of people out here don't even have conversations for me to waste my breath to be trying to talk to them. But if I like your conversation, I talk. But if I'm just coming into a place, I'm new or something like that, I'm new to the environment, I'm more likely to be quiet because I'm scoping out the environment. You know, I'm scoping out the personality, scoping out the environment, trying to see what stuff like. So I'm not gonna be the most talkative person. But yes, let me get off into what Charleston White said, because when I watched this earlier, it just had me dying laughing. So, okay, hold on, let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna go here because I want y'all to see this from the start.
He living in her trailer, but talking about what he like and what he don't like. See, this is.
I went through my girl phone.
Your flip phone?
It was about that time, yeah, flip phone. Boy was a handsome yellow with waves in his hair. Stretched back with his hand behind his head, probably with a 12-inch dick. Man, I saw that. Broke the phone, stole the car, took the baby, hit every goddamn thing. Yeah, I damn near got a kidnapping charge. So I out because what I felt at that moment, that's why I don't like yelling with muscles and with waves in the hair to this day. I went through my girl phone.
Your flip phone?
It was about that time, yeah, flip phone. Boy was a handsome yellow with waves in his hair. Stretched back with his hand behind his head, probably with a 12-inch dick. Man, I saw that. Broke the phone, stole the car, took the baby, hit every goddamn thing. Yeah, I damn near got a kidnapping charge.
See, men cannot take it. They cannot take it. But I'm just like, oh my God, how did you know it was 12 inches? But you know what? Probably looking at that picture, he probably had 8 inches, but the way he looked at it, it probably looked like 12 to him. That is crazy, though. But Charleston White is a fool. Charleston White is a fool. But yes, I thank you all for tuning in with Katie Talk 101 today. And all of you guys that's catching that replay button, you guys make sure y'all hit that like button when you come in the building. Show your girls some love. Big shout out to all of my new subscribers. Yep, he grabbed the child, did everything, girl. He said he broke the phone, took the baby, stole the car, girl. So he described him, he had to be fine. He had to be fine, honey. And it's just like when Charleston White was sitting there describing the guy, I instantly thought of one of those Tyler Perry fine light-skinned dudes. It is insane. I instantly thought of one of them Tyler Perry guys right when he seen it. Oh, it's one other story I wanted to show y'all before I leave out. Okay, so this is a story about a girl who worked at some job. This man, he didn't say what job it was. He didn't put that information out there just yet. He said the story is still fresh. But this is a story about a girl that worked at some job that ended up transmitting the H to the I to the V to 12 of the employees at the job. Now, y'all know how some people be getting down at some of these jobs. They be out here in the parking lot, getting down during the lunch breaks. They be in the parking lot getting X-rated in the car on the brakes and stuff. So I've heard a lot about these Amazon jobs and just a whole lot of warehouse jobs where they do that. They get down in the car. And a lot of these people do that because they're cheaters and a lot of them are in relationships. So, yeah, they meet up in cars and they get down with their coworkers. So listen to some of these repercussions that happen to the people who
she was getting around the employees at the job. I mean, when I mean by getting down on their lunch break or whatever, you know what I mean? She was, allowing these dudes to lay her down and spray her down, if you can catch my drift. Well, come to find out that she was infected. An old girl infected 12 dudes at the job. Yes, infected 12 dudes at the job. Now, I don't know what happened in the conclusion of the story because I guess it's still developing, but that was somewhere in the Carolinas. Now, there's a dude going back and forth from Atlanta to Houston, laying women down and spraying women down, if you know what I mean, if you catch my drift. He's a fairly attractive dude, pause. Pause. I'm just using that because that's what the reports are saying, and I saw the clip here on TikTok. I mean, the one girl timed in on it, saw the clip. He's pleasing to the women's eye. Well, what the women don't know, he's infected. Well, they probably know now. Buddy done infected about 10 women, going back and forth from Houston to Atlanta. So now, but here's the thing. I say all that to say this. Men and women are infecting each other. Now, the 10 women that he infected, we don't know who they were, because follow me, we don't know who they were engaged with. Those are 10 women that he was playing with, and now they've infected. Now, they might infected somebody who infected somebody who infected. Y'all catch my drift. Old girl up there in the Carolinas, she was playing with dudes at the warehouse job on the lunch break. She done infected. There ain't no telling if they had girlfriends, wives, and y'all catch my drift. Now, they going to end up infecting somebody who's going to infect somebody who's going to infect somebody. It's crazy that people was not wearing protection. Not even protection. It blows my mind that people are just still out here willy-nilly, meet the meeting. It's just like, yo, like, that's why I say, man, like, I love black people, but we're not too bright. We get on here and say that these people did all this stuff to our community. Now these people just sitting back and watch us do it to ourselves. Because y'all still out here meet the meeting. As if we don't know what these diseases did to our community. And forget people living with it these days. I forget all that living with it stuff. Who wants to live disease? It's people on this app right now that's on here crying that nobody wants to date them now. And regardless, because and then they say, well, I'm undetectable and I don't know why people. Because here's the thing. The risk outweighs the rewards. Nobody is not saying you're not a human. Nobody's not saying you don't deserve love, but not at the expense of my life. Not the expense of nobody. Listen. I get that.
So yeah, that story is supposedly a story from out of North Carolina. And shout out to Barbie. She said, hold on. It isn't crazy. Humans are irresponsible in so many ways. Man, they so irresponsible. And you out here on your job where you're supposed to go and make your money. You ever heard never ish where you sleep? Never ish where you make your money? But it's just some people out here, they are just irresponsible. And you just seeing something that so-called look good at the moment and you out in the parking lot. What's wrong with using some protection? And y'all just out here, people just still out here willy-nilly raw dogging complete strangers. And then when they come up with some of these guys be out here trying to off these women that gave them the disease. It's your fault. If you lay down and raw dog with a stranger and you woke up with fleas, like that's your fault. Man, people got to be more smart. Like people got to be smart. And don't get me wrong, because some people out here end up catching stuff like that because they're dealing with an irresponsible person. They're in a whole trusted marriage, a trusted partnership relationship with a person who's out here living irresponsible. And, not to their knowledge, they don't even know what's going on with their mate or what their mate is probably doing behind their back. So a lot of people fall victim to catching stuff like that. And, they're not the ones that's out here being irresponsible, but they're in a relationship with an irresponsible person. And that's the risk you take when you fall in love. That's the risk you take when you get married. You most definitely put your trust into that person's hand and you put your body into that person's hand. Because when you marry a person, you give them, your body. And in a marriage, in a relationship where two people are living together, more than likely there's no contraceptives being used. So you're putting your body, you're putting your health in that person's hands. And it's unfortunate if you're dealing with a person that's irresponsible. That's why it's so important to get tested. Even though I haven't just been active like that, every 6 months I still go and get tested. Even though I haven't been active, I still got to get tested because you never know what's going on. And you always want to know your health status before you just out here willy-nilly messing around. So I wish those people the best. I get any updates on this story, honey, I'm coming back. I'm coming back with an update. So today is Saturday. Let's see, I'm probably off about 6 tomorrow. I'm going to see if I could come with one tomorrow if I'm energetic. But most definitely, I'm coming Monday and Tuesday, which is New Year's Eve. So I will see you guys on New Year's Eve. Thank you all for tuning in to the Katie Talk 101 show. And I am signing out. Peace.